Get in, nerd. We must go look at more Snowfort maps.
Snowfort is TF2's most popular and iconic map. Last year I covered some community-made Snowfort variants, some were nicely done and some were weird. While these maps are great on their own, they aren't that different aside from a few aspects, so I'll bring some extra ones to make this video not too short. I'll also include a map that isn't technically Snowfort, but trust me, you will see why I included it here. You get the idea by now, so let's start then. Last time I started with a hot and desert version of Snowfort, so this time we'll go with an opposite. Snowfort is a snowy version of Snowfort and that's about it. There's a lots of snow around the place and the canal is frozen, but luckily there are 2 small medkits that you can use to extinguish the flames. It's a nice reskin, as I feel like this would be a really fun map to be added in Smithmas, as even the supplies are decorated to look like gift wraps. And winter theme maps are always nice and I feel like we could use some more of them in the game. Next up we have Snowfort Jungle, and this map is really nicely done. The amount of detail this map has is very impressive. Like the bridge area has this massive waterfall, the blue area is made to look like a warehouse where the Yeti was stored, while red team's area is more like a storage building. I do enjoy the differences, as the blue side is more modern and industrial while the red side is more old and incorporates more natural elements, like the courtyard on red side has structures built around the nature, while blue has built on top of the nature. That's kinda the whole stick with TF2 in general, but felt like pointing out the difference here at least. Maybe one nitpick I can throw in is that I wish there were a spot where crocodiles swam and could one-shot you like in Mercenary Park, but overall this map is really great. This and Snowfort were made by the same person, so I have to say they really know how to make great looking maps. You know what I like about Snowfort? It's a fun and simple map. So one lunatic just decided to make it extremely vomit-inducing experience with Snowfort Twisted. It's just Snowfort but nothing makes sense and playing it is such a pain in the ass. And if you're not careful enough you can end up falling off the map and dying. While it's not really a playable map to the amount of twists it has, I have to say it's still quite impressive design-wise, as I haven't really seen any other map try this crazy style, but I really have to stop playing on this map as I am about to throw up.
Not bad.
This is the part where I made an exception, but for a good reason. CP Emesis has a playable version of the Conacher Slaughterhouse Snowfort maps in the Emesis Blue film with some other locations as well. It's a fairly basic remake, the blue side is missing, so it's technically 1/4. You can laugh at this, as I have crippling self-esteem issues, thank you very much. Red side is retextured to look more like the film, like the sewers have that creepy blue lighting, there's that case where Cyclops was kept in, the basement area is a bit bloody and has that piano which Angie played before being brutally smashed between it. And then there's the spawn room that's flooded with water, but this time with lack of zombies. If you're curious about what the unused rooms look like, they're boarded up, but if you could not clip in, they should have around the blood spatter on the floor. There are also other locations remade, like Scout's mom's apartment, the laboratory where Cyclops is found dead, Engineer's bar, and some weird rocket room where you think you will need to put that intel in, but it does nothing. Maybe the map will be updated to include the ability to cap the intel, but it remains to be seen. I want to focus on Snowfort, but I had to include this as Emesis Blue was a really creepy film and I could resist putting this in. While I think this map was a fairly nice remake, it does miss some aspects like the coffin and machinery in the basement, but I do believe the map maker will add them eventually, so someday we can really play in true Conacher Slaughterhouse.
Now I've seen everything.
There seems to have been a major rain in the area as Snowfort is now flooded. The main and lower areas are underwater and it really changes how you play the map, as every class can now go in every direction and really screw the gravity off. At the bottom of the former canal swims crocodiles and look at these silly goobers, they're just chilling. I like this map, it's silly and gives me major Moomin Summer Madness vibes with the flood team. It will be rather interesting to play in a normal game and see what kind of silly strategies people will come up with. This next map says it's Snowfort but better, but so far I'm not seeing any kind of improvements. Oh, I agree with the map name, this is so much better than normal Snowfort. Not too entirely sure if I can solve anything on YouTube, but I am rather enjoying this. But maybe we should move on to our final map and call it a day. For our final Snowfort variant, we have 2006 trailer's Snowfort. It's faithfully recreated to look like the one we see in the trailer. Like there's no roof or the bridge, spawns have doors that only work one way, and the textures in the basement are much different to the final product. While sewers weren't shown in the trailer, the creator took some creative liberties and made it smaller compared to the big sewers we have. Crazy to think that with only a year of development later, Valve made TF2 and Snowfort that we all know of. Like, it's nice to see how it could have been, but I think the changes overall were much better, as that roof on the bridge is an integral part of the map that without it, it feels so much emptier. Plus it won't let me build sentries on the roof and terrorize the enemy team as well. But that's all for this time around. It's always fun to see how other people change this iconic map for their vision. Like be it just some reskin or silly version, every map has its own charm to them. Be sure to like the video if you want to see me cover more Snowfort maps, and just generally want to see more TF2 stuff. Maybe share your thoughts about these maps in the comments down below, and have a nice day.
What a fun and short trip. Seeing so many new Snowforts is very exciting. I'm going to refuel a bit, and then we can go see more. Trash, where did you go?